Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Agnes with Josh today. Today we've got a cool collaboration for you guys with Colleen and Sohan.
Speak louder. Get started.
Let's get started.
Okay, let's do this.
They're new to YouTube channel, but they've been growing crazy. They've been on the platform for just over 2 weeks and the results they've achieved so far are incredible. So we're happy to see you guys, and they, like us, are a multicultural couple. Colleen is American and Sohan is Indian, and obviously Josh is Indian. I'm Polish. So we have sent out some awkward questions for them, and they sent us some awkward questions to answer, and we're going to go through them today and hopefully have fun with it. So shall we begin?
Yep.
Question number 1 was, who was cooler or more popular in high school?
Definitely not me. I was below average Joe, I guess. I was very short, scrawny.
That is really strange because you're a very
Yeah.
tall person.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
so
grew quite a bit from the teenage life.
I think I wasn't cool because I couldn't speak a word of English, so it was kind of really hard for me to adjust in the school with the kids.
However,
And,
on the other hand, I was pretty cool. I had quite a few girlfriends, and we were known in the school. If someone said who is Agnes, who is my other friends, they would know it's us because we were always hanging around together and we were quite popular. So I think I'm going to be the popular one.
talking about blowing your own trumpet.
Well, the question was who was cooler. I was cool, all right?
Yeah.
Josh, what would you do if you won $1 million? That converts into about £600,000.
More.
Maybe
But doesn't
700,
matter. Let's
yeah.
just go with £1 million.
Okay.
Yeah. If I won £1 million, I will donate 10% to the charity.
Okay, so charity, and what else would you do with the
Yes.
rest of it? You said 10% to charity.
Invest into my business, and I will send the children to private school. So for my kids' education. So it's £1 million is not a lot of money. It's not something that I can survive on the rest of my life, but for a short period, it can make difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you spend it well, as opposed to just going and partying, for the whole month or whatever and blowing it all out. Yeah, you can. Yeah. If you invest your money wisely, you should be able to build your future, really.
And others.
And question number 3 is Agnes. Same question to you. So, what would I do if I win £1 million? I would party. No, I wouldn't party. I would definitely have some party in the garden, in our lovely garden. Which, by the way, we're in our garden today, and at the back you see our children splashing in the beautiful weather in the swimming pool. I would also like to send our kids to private education. So that's 3 of them. That's year's salary on each of them. So again, £1 million is not a huge amount of money. I would definitely buy a property which we could rent out. So that would be bringing the income in, and I'll quit my full-time job because I don't want to be doing that 9 to 5 anymore. Question number 4. Who is a better cook?
Yes, she is.
Josh is a good cook, but Josh can never replicate his own recipe because these recipes are always followed by heart, if you like. Whatever's in the kitchen, he just chucks it in and comes out with a dish that he probably would not be able to cook again. I don't think you've ever cooked.
I'm pretty good cook.
He's a good cook. I never said he's not a good cook.
All Indian men are good cook. That's
But
true.
not all Indian men cook. You do cook. Sometimes.
I bet Sohan is good cook.
Well, let's see what he says. I didn't actually ask them that question, so
Don't let me down.
yeah, you better prove us, Sohan, that you're a good cook. Who paid for the first date? You did. You always
Yeah.
pay, right?
I think what
Josh is a
I
gentleman.
told her to make her way to the car park, and I was right behind her, and behind me was the restaurant. She's, guys, where is that money?
Chasing us here, and I was like, "Who's this weirdo chasing Josh? Why is he chasing him?" No, Josh always pays for. He's a gentleman. He always opened the door for me in the car. Not anymore because we always have kids, so we have to put the kids in the car first. But yeah, you were a true gentleman. That's what I loved about him. He never minded picking me up from wherever I was at work, and I always love that about you. 6. Josh, what is something people do that really gets on Agnes's nerves? So what do you think gets really on my nerves when people do?
When people don't listen to, like me, and Andre.
Well, kids, that would be true, but that's not people. Let's not talk about, because I think family members can be different.
Dishonesty and lie. I think for me it goes the same. I cannot stand people who are dishonest and who lie. I cannot have a conversation or kind of look at the person same way if I know that person is a compulsive liar or dishonest. So yeah.
I think you've answered the question, which was Agnes' same question. So what is something that people do that gets on Josh's nerves? He's answered his own question, but I knew that anyway. I think we both, I think it's a really kind of, it's a thing that would annoy a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the better job? Well, depending how you look at it, because you run your own business, right?
Yeah,
but what you do in your business is not something that is the passion of your life, right? Because Josh drives lorries, he's got his transport business. So maybe once he grows his business and he's able to manage it from home, that'll be a different story, right?
Maybe, yeah.
But that's what we're building too, right? We're trying to build a business so that we get to the point where we are in it together.
Yeah.
That's why I've done my CPC, to help you out, and eventually we're going to grow to the place where you're going to be managing it and I'm going to be helping you out. At this point in time, I probably got better profession because I'm an accountant, I'm qualified accountant, and maybe it's a bit more comfortable job, but it's a high responsibility job as well. So yeah, I think at this point in time I've got a better job. Right. Question number 9. Agnes, what is one thing you dislike about India? I have 2 things that I dislike about India. One being the weather, because it's super hot there. Well, maybe at least the season that we went in to visit India, which was April, was extremely hot. And I like when it's warm, and I prefer warm weather to cold weather. But when it gets to the temperature of like 40 degrees, is way too hot. And the second thing that I really dislike is the poverty. I mean, we have seen so much poverty in the country.
It's really sad.
It's sad. It's sad to look at. There is, you can see moms and children, and you really can see how bad it is. You would see homeless people occasionally here in the UK, but what you see in India is on complete another level.
And the government's launching a space programs and cannot feed the poor citizens. It's really sad to see what's happening in India. Corruption.
Yeah. We know that corruption is
It's
huge,
on the next
and
level,
this is something that really needs to be seriously taken on. But it would have to be done by everybody, which I think is that's why it's so hard to achieve. Question number 10, Josh. What is one thing you dislike about Poland?
There is no spicy food, so when I'm in Poland, I have to kind of eat Polish food, which I like very much. And but after a while, I kind of miss the spiciness, miss the chili. So they don't have.
They have
chilies,
ketchup.
Yeah.
Whose relationship is better with the in-laws?
I guess it's similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have ups and downs, but
I think it's on a similar level. I have nothing against my in-laws. I think they're very sweet and kind to me. They've never shown me any I don't know what you call. Obviously, I'm from a different religion, different cultural backgrounds, but they've always been accepting, and I've never had issues with them treating me differently just because I'm white or because I'm of different religion. And I'm sure Josh would say the same thing, because obviously when we got married, it would have been an issue if my parents would not accept different cultures or
I think
I
think it took a while for my mum to accept my wife. So I mean,
but she never showed it to me.
Yeah, she never.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it took like 8 or 9 years before she's like, yep, she's really good and I like her. My in-laws, as I said, we had ups and downs, but they're lovely. Yeah, I can't fault them. So they're good.
Who spends more money? Come on.
Well,
Say
me,
it.
I don't have any money to spend.
No, come on. Who spends more
I'm
money?
waiting for the £1 million.
No, I think it's a difficult question to answer because I do all the food shopping, I buy clothes for kids, I buy home essentials and things like that. So I get to do the shopping. I think Josh spends more money buying things for children and whiskies, right? You spend money on yourself more to what I would spend money on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's for sure. So it's a bit of a difficult question to answer.
Yeah.
Overall, I think I spend more, but that's not because
we don't
I
go
want
we
to.
don't go crazy. So,
Yeah, we're very reasonable with how much money we spend. We don't have too much money to blow, so I guess that would be a difference. Question: who is better at taking care of the kids?
I think she is definitely. She spends a lot of time with children, so I'm at work, and
But I'm working as well.
even when I'm home, so she does tend to shower the kids, put them to sleep.
You're the one that kind
give
of
them dinner.
entertains them and like
So,
gives
yeah,
them
yeah.
time more, whereas I have to still get on with things at home and at the same time look after them. So I do feel sometimes guilty that I have to work a lot, and even when I'm not working, I'm cooking, cleaning, and doing all other things. So I do want to take them out more to what I do, but it's hard with 3 of them and Josh working all the time. I can't really take them as much as I want to, because there's 3 of them and they are difficult to look after on their own. Question number 14, Agnes, what is Josh's biggest fear? I think Josh's biggest fear would be if something would happen to children, so kids' safety and well-being would be the biggest fear. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, same question about Agnes. What is Agnes's biggest fear?
Not finding a lipstick in the morning before she starts work.
Oh, you know what my biggest fear is. Why don't I ever go?
Oh, the heights,
Yeah.
yeah. Her biggest fear is height, yeah. So
I've missed Beyonce's concert because I had a fear of heights. All right, question number 16. Who is on their phone more?
Maybe I am.
You are all the time on your phone.
Maybe I am.
You may not realize, but you're on the phone all the time.
Okay.
All right. That will be it, guys. We had 16 questions, which we also sent out to Colleen and Sohan. Please don't forget to visit their channel. And we hope you enjoyed our Q&A. Give us a like, subscribe, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.